So I am on the finance program, as Kate mentioned. There's no need for previous financial experience to join the finance program. You can see here I was originally a pilot in the U.S. Navy before going back to school, getting an MBA, and ultimately joining GSK. I looked through the backgrounds of some of my other finance colleagues, and we have a pharmacist, a doctor, some scientists, a former geography teacher, a speech therapist, and so kind of what that shows is both the diversity of the experiences within the program and the value that GSK places on diversity, and also how the Esprit program is really a program that's about potential and future performance and what your learning agility is ultimately. How quickly can you be put into a new market, into a new location, into a new role, and get up to speed. And so I had the opportunity to first experience GSK with, again, an internship. I was at the University of Pittsburgh. GSK used to have an office in the Pittsburgh area with U.S. Consumer Health, and I joined that office while there was a large transaction ongoing with Novartis, where the U.S. Consumer Healthcare business became larger, joined with Novartis, formed a joint venture, and consolidated and moved and restructured and all these other sorts of things. And so it was a great opportunity to see an organization going through a great amount of change and also be given a lot of responsibility because there was a need to take that up while all the change was ongoing. Through that, managed to secure a spot at the assessment center, screened, received an offer, and accepted it. And then I didn't realize this. We're going to kind of have a tale of North Carolina and Belgium because my path, at least geographically, kind of follows AJ's. But I assure you, GSK is a global organization, and there are opportunities all around the world in many different businesses for folks to take within Esprit and direct entry and all the other ways one can operate within GSK. So joined U.S. Pharma in North Carolina, working strategically in pricing and contracting. Kind of a similar role to AJ's, but looking holistically and specifically financially at how the U.S. pharmaceutical and healthcare system works kind of as a system and structurally, and kind of forecasting where that system would be moving in the future and how GSK could best position itself in that market. So operated there for a year and then had the opportunity to move to Belgium, work in vaccines research and development as a finance partner, where I'm working in what's called the Clinical Evidence Group. It's the largest portion of the vaccines R&D spend. I do have a small team reporting to me. And so, like AJ mentioned, the Esprit program is an excellent opportunity to have these high levels of responsibility relatively quickly within the organization. And so you may ask, well, you flew airplanes for the military, that sounds kind of cool, and then you went to GSK, well, kind of what caused that transition? So similar to AJ, it was all about the values at GSK. So I joined the military to defend my country, and I think that's an incredibly honorable thing for anyone of any nationality to do. And I performed that function for a while, but wanted to have a more settled lifestyle, but still wanted to feel that I was providing a positive good for society. And so in the military, you're kind of preventing a bad thing from happening. When I went back to school, I thought, well, it would be nice to cause a good thing to happen. So go from preventing bad to causing good. And for me, that was pharma, that was healthcare. And as I looked around at the various large global organizations that operate in that space, GSK really stuck out from a variety of aspects. So we heard a little bit about Save the Children, an ambitious goal to kind of help underprivileged folks in the developing world. I think the goal is literally to save 1 million children, the lives of 1 million children. We also have things like the Access to Medicines Index, where GSK routinely ranks first. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation releases that every year. And then things like the malaria vaccine project that truly is being undertaken by GSK as a benefit to the world, a way to improve people's lives. There's not really an expectation of a huge financial gain with that project, but it's the right thing to do. So GSK is working to bring that vaccine into reality. So I'll be happy to talk about more in depth about any of my particular rotations, the support that GSK provides to the Esprit folks, or really to employees in general, or the different locations and business units. You'll see I've spent time in consumer healthcare, spent time in pharmaceuticals, spent time in vaccines, and again, that shows just the opportunities that exist within GSK more broadly. You're in one company, but really there's kind of 3 or 4 if you count ViiV, or 5 if you count Galvani as well. So I really think it's a strong program and a wonderful company to work for.